All right, yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me refresh this page here. All right. Let me tweet this out. All right. Oh shit. Oh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out, well, for whoever who joined the chat. Shout out to everybody. Improv show. You know, I'm always putting together a show. You guys come in, you be so kind as to hit the share button, tweet it out for me. We're gonna have a little fun here today. We're gonna talk about a few things. Let me let everybody know I'm going live. Let me bring this back. Hold on. Let me put this back. Ladies and gentlemen, come rock out with me live right now. We're gonna talk about a few things. Let me put this. Is this finally the beginning of the end for Microsoft? What I mean by beginning? Let me put this on. Let me make this public. There we go. All right.
I got this shit now. All right, we good.
We good. We in there. We good.
Ladies. Yeah.
Let me tweet this out. Let me tweet it out myself. All right. All right. Let me refresh my page. We can do this in real time here.
Oh, did you fix your camera yet, or you still gotta lower the resolution?
Yeah, I ain't been back in here, man. I do it after the show. Shout out to whoever just joined. Appreciate it. You'd be so kind again. Like I said, hit the like button. We're gonna have a little fun here today. As always. Put on an entertaining show. Oh, let me put it right here.
You know, while the room's filling up, I guess we can talk about our impressions of the Division 2. You here, Noah?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
What's your impressions of the Division 2? You play a little bit more than me.
It's the gameplay. In my opinion, Anthem has better gameplay, but it seems like Division has tons of more content. Just looking at, we haven't even passed the beginning section yet, and there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. Like, I will say, when you enter in the world of Anthem, the world is very alive. There is a lot to do, but it isn't like the Division where, like, I feel you're on side quests and stuff. Like, you feel like you're progressing a story or something. Anthem feels like just purely random events that are just kind of there. You don't feel like you're doing anything to get progress, I would say.
Yeah, I still need to play a little more, though. I mean, we played, like 2 hours yesterday.
Yeah, and I will say the 2 hours flied by. I mean, we were tired. We were very tired, but the hours flew by. And what I do like about the Division is, like I said, like it's an Anthem, but like the difficulty really ramps up when you have a teammate who's a much higher level than you. Like our friend Brian, who hasn't been on the show in a little while, but maybe he'll return soon. He's been playing about all week, right? So he was a pretty high level. Me, Z, and Noah were struggling to be at level 4. So when he joined in, all the enemies were like level 13 plus, and they would shoot us once, they would look at us, and we would just die. Like,
drop on sight.
Some epic shit.
Hey, I see Z run up to one of them. Like, I'm dying, right? Z ran up to one of them. Punched him and died. Looked at him, shot him in the stomach. I was like, yeah.
I told you, see, we gotta take away your gun and give you a baseball bat. That's how you play.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, so you know, man, I like to use my hands. Pause, man. Hold on, let me put this here on Facebook, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you tweet anything, I can't see it just yet. Yeah, but like I said, I will say this. What we played, yes, we just scratched it. We did about 2 hours or so. It's a lot of content there. A lot of content, you know what I mean? You got the main mission, and you got the side mission, and you know, enemies are constantly jumping out. What you call them? The crackheads run up with the nightsticks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I also called them something else, but we'll leave that behind the scenes.
I'm talking about we trying to get to it took us like an hour to get to the side mission, like because we ran into enemies
so much to do.
Yeah. And what they call them? They call them vaults or safe
houses.
Safe houses.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not the safe houses. This is like we had run into some enemies, and we got to kill them. They had like a special room with loot in it, but you know it was. There's a lot of content. It's content in between the content.
Sounds great.
Well, here's a question, brother. I missed the whole wave with the first one. I went away the weekend. Everybody came back with level 35 and this and that. Comparing the two between Division 1 and the Division 2, how do they differ? You know what I mean?
Division 2 is already harder. Like Division 1 could get tough too, especially when you wrap up the difficulty, but by default, Division 2 is harder. I mean, the enemies flank you. They got the berserkers running at you. I don't remember having this much problem in the beginning of Division. Now once like you beat the game and then you can crank it up to hard and you can run the missions afterwards, then yeah, I mean Division 1 is tough, but I mean, we were getting gunned down in the street.
Yeah, literally at the beginning of the game.
I will say the difference is like the Division 2 feels like a true sequel to a game. You know, when you make a sequel to a game, you take feedback from the first one and try to improve it in almost every field possible. That's where the Division 2 really shines. Like the level design is superior to the first one. You have interesting levels. The building interiors are interesting. The difficulty is so much higher. The enemy variety is better too. And honestly, running with a crew, running with your friends, you actually have to use teamwork. This is what these looter shooters, like, I feel fail, except for maybe Anthem, where, you know, teamwork doesn't really do much. Like, Anthem at least has the combo systems, and that works well for it. Yeah. But the Division 2, yo, you have to group up and work together. You have to use your special abilities, like me putting down turrets and everything. Yeah. Or else, you know, you're not going to be a one-man army. I see Z trying to be a one-man army, and I see a crackhead over him trying to beat his ass. I'm like, Z, why do you think I beat on you? And he's like, hey, I have to reload. I got to reload. Help me out.
Please, help me, please. Help me, please.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Shout out, hey, Craig, what's going on, Craig? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Go, Dark Lord Fusion, what's up, baby? Do me a favor, Nev. Shout out everybody out in the chat for me, good brother.
Yeah, what's up, Craig Harris? You know, what's up? PSI, Lent King, whatever number that is.
Hey, that's Craig Harris. Hey, hold on.
Craig Harris.
Craig Harris, he was low. I see the tweet from Craig earlier. Hey, I'm on Division 2 on PlayStation. If anyone's out there, I'll just go back to Dead or Alive. 90 million sold and nobody to play with.
PlayStation Live, shit. Go Gert Fun, what's up? Dune 25 again. Dad Dark Lord Fusion. Corzin and X the Finest.
Shut up,
Stuart Stokes and Maroon Wind as well.
Stuart. Yeah, so I mean, but
Heath Stevens.
That's my boy Heath. Well, like I said, Division. Like I said, so many goddamn games is out. You also got the Mortal Kombat beta. I didn't get a code for whatever reason. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think I do got one on the PlayStation though. I'm about to install it now. What are your thoughts about it, Noah?
Hey man, I'm on the kicking ass, bro.
Yeah,
kicking ass. I ran into one guy. He put them paws on me, and you know what I'm saying, I moved on to the next opponent. But I found me a victim though. He played like 10 matches with me. I think I won like 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's fine.
That was your baby. That was your cousin you played, right?
Yeah. That was probably you.
That was his auntie. He's the one that watches the streams. Hey, what's up, Rate the Emperor? And wait, Z, you have a PlayStation code but not an Xbox code? I have a feeling that's some Phil Spencer intervention. You ain't sending him a code.
Yeah,
not after that bullshit.
Yeah, I ain't getting no code. Well, you know, I'm gonna download it, man. Got my controller ready to go. You know what I mean?
Bad blood with Z and Phil.
Yeah, but see, doesn't Xbox have the marketing deal? Oh hell no, not to that one.
They ain't got a marketing deal with nothing. Well, they could have a marketing deal with Division in Anthem, but is that I see that Division console? Is that exclusive from Ubisoft or something? That's nice.
You know what the problem is with Microsoft? They don't want to spend the R&D or money or whatever to make these custom consoles, so they just do this charity shit where it's like, maybe they make like 7 of them or 100 of them that they give away or whatever, which I think is just fucking stupid. It's so bad that PlayStation takes Xbox marketing deals and make a console out of it. That's how bad it is. Like to get marketing with Xbox, it might make you an ad, but you're not going to get exclusive DLC. You're not going to get anything early. It's basically the same. Maybe you see an Xbox logo at the end of the commercial, but as a consumer, it really doesn't benefit you even a little bit. And Stuart Stokes with the 50 bits. To quote someone on Twitter, the only Xbox exclusive left, and let me hear this, the only Xbox exclusive left is the XboxLive paywall.
Damn.
I saw that tweet earlier, Stuart Stokes, and I gotta be honest, that's the truth.
Hey,
the only exclusive left on the Xbox, like the console brand, is that paywall for the online.
It's that bad. Hey, listen, man, you know what? For those who are saying, they keep asking me, like, I don't know what the hell crap is out there doing. I don't watch the dog shit content. Saying crap done turned over a new leaf. all I'm gonna see to you is, don't you believe it? He gonna hit you with like 3 o'clock in the morning about how Xbox cured cancer, and you know what I mean? Like, don't believe it, man. Like, what does crap done change the tone or something? He's anti.
I don't even know. You know, he does those like clickbait videos. I think he's happy that Sony sticks to the traditional shit, right? I think he's happy about that, and maybe that's what's triggering some people. Like, wasn't saying anything good about Xbox, but hey, man, you know, crap's hustle. Yeah. You know,
see, I can't tell you, but I look at the notifications in the morning, and PlayStation won the console war, and then I look in the evening, Xbox won it back. So I don't know what crap's
doing. So Microsoft still Sony Thunder.
Xbox got a nuclear bomb coming. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah. So you know what? What's that? The ladder match when it comes out, the Mortal Kombat, right?
The ladder. What was the ladder?
King of the Hill. Talking about King of the Hill. King of the Hill.
Yeah, what your dumb ass talking about? You gonna have a ladder when you play the match, ain't you? What?
Yeah, it's like a ladder.
What are you talking about, Parker?
Mortal Kombat.
You talking about the King of the Hill? Yeah. My dojo will be open. You talking like you want some smoke or something?
Hey, you know Parker wrote a letter. You know Parker wrote a letter the Midway back in the day.
The Midway.
Told him they misspelled combat.
Hey, sir, you spelled combat with a K. But I ain't gonna. I'm gonna download the beta. You said you got 3 people to play with.
I mean, man, you can't play private matches. It's just ranked. But I done played against like 4 or 5 people.
So what's what the characters they give you access to?
They give you Scarlet, they give you Baraka, and Scorpion. And my favorite of the 3 is Baraka. Baraka's nice.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah. I wish we had crossplay.
Okay, well,
but that's a game that's interested in doing that, and that's what's the least.
You don't want no crossplay with Sony, boy. Woo, y'all don't be racist in there. If you get those Asians on, they whooping your ass.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. I think Xbox gamers might have the leg up on like shooters, but that's just me assuming because of the controller. But those Sony gamers, I guarantee you, they have the leg up on the fighting shit. That controller's better for it.
You know, I'm gonna say this right. It depends because I went over there on the PlayStation side of things.
Okay, Von Lamont doesn't count.
I ran number of ranked matches. I mean, if you can play fighters, you can play fighters. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think what it boils down to. But PlayStation normally is known for the fighters, though. I will give you that.
That controller works for that shit.
They have a better D-pad.
There's some killers on the Xbox side too now, but I would probably say you got more.
I would bet on PlayStation for the fighters.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, it's probably more PlayStation.
Yeah, overall.
Especially if they got the fighter sticks out there too on the
Well, I mean, we do too.
They got fighter sticks for Xbox 2. Parker, where you been at?
Yeah.
I mean, man. Yeah, you might, but ain't nobody buying it. But then again, you did buy it.
I swear.
Hey, take your do-rag off, Parker. Take your do-rag off.
Do-rag.
It's too tight.
All right, hold on. I got another one. Stuart Stokes with the 50 bits. Crap is a werewolf pony at night. Is completely different person talking up for Sony, and then he wake up in the morning and he's back to his Xbox. Ku Klux Klan ways.
Yeah, man.
God damn, Stuart.
Yeah. So I got some fight sticks here. I'm gonna bust out, man. So I'm gonna double dip. See this? I'm gonna double dip on the Mortal Kombat. I got a Hori fight stick for the PlayStation. Another one for the Xbox. We're gonna get it in. I'm gonna double dip.
See, I bet you get the business your first match on there.
I bet you I won't. But let me see. It's Steam. So anyway, I see a lot of gossip on Twitter. I didn't know what the hell this Steam thing was about. I didn't know where it came from. But fill me in there. Like, what's going on with this Steam? It's exclusive to Windows. What am I missing?
Yeah, this has some background going. So as you know from our multiplayer podcast or whatever, and Inside Xbox or Inside PC, that's what I should say, they announced that the Master Chief Collection is coming to the PC, which we all predicted, but not just to the Windows 10 store. It's actually coming to Steam, and that's why Halo's getting a lot of traffic, because even if it came to the PC and went to the Windows 10 store, I feel a lot of people will complain anyways. Well, it's out on Steam. I'm not downloading it regardless. Even if I have it for free, fuck that Windows 10 store. And you know what? Fair enough. But now that it's on Steam, their platform of choice, they can't complain. They're all happy. It's getting a lot of hype. And you know what? The Halo games are probably going to be more relevant than they have in a while, just because of this news. But because this happened, we had Jez Gordon, which he claimed he was half joking, which his integrity may be in question. I mean, he's done some shady shit behind the scenes with Z and all that, but, you know, we can go into that in a little bit.
No. Wait, hold up. Oh, okay. He did a lot of shady shit. He lied about the cloud. He tried it out, and I was full of shit. and the cloud was fully working. He don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I just had to put that out there. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean, he did say Sea of Thieves was 2018's PUBG. So, I mean, if you want to question his integrity there. And State of Decay 2 wasn't very broken. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But he said in this news, you know, Steam is a Windows exclusive. You can't do anything with Steam without Windows. And that is factually incorrect. You can use Windows on a Mac, you can use it on a Linux, and you can even buy a Steam Link or something.
You can use Steam. When Steam was on everything, though. Steam
is on everything.
I got Steam with my fucking Mac.
I have a question. Wouldn't that make the Halo multi-platform, really? Literally?
Yeah, technically, because you will be able to play Halo even on a Macintosh. Now, I will admit, I did take kind of an L on Twitter. I didn't think you can play every game on Steam on the Mac, but you technically can. It's just not very practical because Macs suck, but that's a whole other topic. But yes, you do not need Windows for Steam. Therefore, Steam is not a Microsoft exclusive. That is false.
Yeah, listen.
Hey,
Let me say this, right? We got to get the biggest knife in the drawer, and we got to cut the bullshit out, right? And call a spade, strike and ball the ball, right? How you say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The Xbox community, listen. As me being your ex-king, if this is your king, the godfather Xbox I used to be before they kicked my black ass out of the community. You motherfuckers have to come to realization it's over. How you say the war's over, Rambo? You're out there. Listen, ain't about resolution no more. Ain't nobody care. Listen, the war is over. I mean, that was true at the start of the generation, but ultimately it boils down to the games. And sad to say, not only does, matter of fact, not even sad to say, and it's Microsoft's fault, the Xbox is the only console on the market without any exclusives. And that's a fact. The Xbox is the only console on the market that doesn't have not one exclusive. Now, even me, I would say, well, you know, PC, nah, we gonna fuck all that, because them shit's coming anywhere as a fucking service, you know what I mean? I told you guys before, everything that I loved about this platform, Xbox Live, you know what I mean? I can get it anywhere. My cell phone, Android, and guess what? It's free on. And listen, this is the part I don't understand. PC guys, Steam, Windows, Halo, right? They're going to be able to play that multiplayer with us or whoever, and they don't pay for Xbox Live. But it's not going to stop with just Halo. You're going to see Gears on Steam. You're going to see Forza on Steam. And guess what? They're going to have all that shit and not pay for no Xbox Live. But the console guys that could be out there fighting this worry, they're still going to have to pay for it. Like, I mean, it's like, to me, it's just slapping the face.
Crazy, bro.
Slapping the face after slapping the face after slapping the face.
Was worried about Sony tearing down that fucking... That shit, like, they didn't even give a fuck.
At the end of the day, Microsoft care about that bottom line, you know. And the only thing I hate when these Xbox want to cry and still support the company. That's stupid. Leave. Do something different. Don't cry and still support the bullshit. Come on. You know what I'm saying? That's the only worst thing right there.
Bro. No, they don't give a fuck about what Microsoft do. They just look across the street when there's something to bitch about. They bitch about it. It's like that's why I realize it's like you said, Z. See that free to play is still behind that paywall. You notice after the that cross play shit happened, they stopped giving a fuck about free to play. Yeah, behind the paywall. I'm like, that's it. That's why this shit keeps happening to them. Like,
hello.
What you say?
You're talking about the free to play paywall. How nobody gives a fuck about that, which we really should, because. You know, Microsoft is pretty fucked up for doing that. No other company charges you for that shit. No other company does.
Yeah. Microsoft needs to change that.
Only thing they give a fuck about what Sony was doing. Like, they were so busy trying to like take down Sony with that shit. They were willing to look the other way, knowing that like Microsoft is still doing them dirty. But you know, it's funny. I realized something this generation. Sony's been bashed for being like anti-consumerish, but in reality, Microsoft has been anti-consumerist, like on some crazy shit though. But you can't really say that because they're gonna be like, nah, that's not true. But you want to think about it.
I don't care this damage control, man. Yeah, Manhattan. Have you seen the damage control, Manhattan? Though, have you seen the damage control? They're saying like, well, why should the free to play games have free online when I have to pay for games that do pay for? Right? Like, why would the free to play players not have to pay for Xbox Live when I have to pay for Xbox Live to play like a Division 2? That's the damage control. That's how far we're gone.
What the fuck? Like, well, is that even like?
Now, what's not going to be fair is everybody's on cell phone, Steam.
That's what I'm saying.
PlayStation 4 possibly, and they don't have to pay. But you know what I'm saying. You put your money into the Xbox. That's a topic I
want to hit on.
Hardware, and now you have to pay extra $60. Now that's going to be a problem.
And Maroon win with the 50 bits. Xbox are like dudes who still wave the Confederate flag. Now I don't know if I'm going to go that far. But
hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. We gotta go back to some of them Xbox guys tweet like crap. Mooch, he might be right about this shit. Gloves is all. What's that, right? You know what? Here's the thing, right? And
at 2.
Yeah, at 2 Brute, right? Fuck them. They stabbed me in my back first, right?
This is the day.
Yeah, listen. Listen to today's Neff's birthday too, man. Shout out to Neff, man. I got
born on the 9th of March. Neff. Today's the day Julius Caesar actually died. So hell,
Ep 2 Brute.
Bring the tapes out.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, and I know, but it seems like, this is what it is that just a lot of guys to have, and this is not me taking a dig or shot at anybody. I'm just speaking freely here, right? Like I said, I started really vocally speaking out. Like I said, you get caught up in the character next gen, and we do things and get caught up in the theatrics or the semantics. I mean, it's just for fun, right? But then, like I said, attack to what I'm saying. I'm saying that we should demand better from our preferred platform. We should demand better. And these guys went out there again, and it not only attacked me, tore me down, questioned my integrity. I lost my Twitter account, all types of shit, right? Instead of them attacking me and demanding better and awarding better, and from Microsoft, you know what I mean? They placated and just it's like it reminds me, like, I don't know, like they've just been beaten to submission. We went from wait to E3 to wait to XO18 to wait to next generation. You know what I mean? It's like, when is enough is enough, and when is too much, you know what I mean? I know, like, then I know already, like, you keep beating a dead dog with a stick, but nah, because it's just something every fucking week with Microsoft, you know what I mean? And, and I do question crap's fidelity, you know what I mean? Because, like, bro, what he's saying now, what he's trying to say now, this is not nothing I've been saying about for the last 2 years, right? Him, what's the other guy, Muscle Bound Gamer, what's the other, you know what I mean? All these people now that are just now, like, this is it, they can't, this is the fucking, the store that broke the camel's back. Motherfucker, Voodoo Vince, Sea of Thieves, Phantom Dust with the original assets, that ain't doing for you. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just crazy, man. Like I said before, even with the rumor, not even rumor, Microsoft really came out and said they want Xbox Live on everything, PlayStation. So what does they need to even buy an Xbox for anymore? They want their game. This is what I don't understand. And this is what I'm telling. We talked about this last week with K-Mega off the air. I think I uploaded it on the Patreon. Stuart, I got to see you in the link. That Microsoft, this is going to be their last, in my opinion, you guys called it, I think this is going to be their last generation that's coming up. The reason why I say that again, right? Depends on what Google's going to do, but if you have both Microsoft and Xbox, or PlayStation, and Xbox, and whatever Nintendo do, and now Google, right? Again, listen what I'm saying. If I can get your content, this is very important, on one of those other boxes, why do I have to spend $500 to own your console? So again, whatever the install base this generation say was 40 million, I promise you, it's going to be even less than that next generation. Why? I say this again. It's exclusives that gives the console its identity. If I can play your games somewhere else, I guarantee you this. If the Switch would not be selling so well, if you can get Mario Odyssey on other places, you know what I mean? That takes away the mystique. There's no reason to own the box. So Microsoft's going to look at that bottom line. We can save this $2 billion in R&D and just go services. This is where they make their money from anyway. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, that is what's going to happen.
So you think Microsoft will actually put their games on a competing other console?
Absolutely.
They want to. Wait.
They literally want to. They want to.
That don't mean it's going to happen.
No. I think, listen.
That's up to the competition.
There's only one market they have to corner now, right? They already got the PC market, right? They got Game Pass on that, and console, obviously. It's mobile. That's the next market where they want to put Game Pass on, really. So I don't know about putting on the Switch.
Parker. Phil Spencer has already said he would love to have Xbox on competing platforms. He said it in so many words. It's not going to happen because these competing platforms are not going to allow it to.
Yeah,
but but
you have to think about what you just said. They're the barrier. It isn't Xbox that's like, maybe we shouldn't do this. It's the fucking competition that's the barrier. When they change their mind, imagine what's about to happen.
Oh, pay the bills right quick, never, my man.
And, AP the shooter.
No.
What up, big homie? Panel chat. Happy born, Nethos. Appreciate that. Phil is like the real Rick Ross from the 80s, and the Fiends is the Xbox. Yeah. They'll buy anything and act like they ain't ashamed.
My man, there's one before him. It's I can't even Havoc, Kinzuma, Havoc
and Suma.
It's right after he came right after Merwin. Let's go up. You gotta go up some more. Havoc.
Yeah, for 100 bits. Yeah, my bad. Not only is Steam on Windows and Mac, but also on Linux. Halo has become a complete multiplat. And that's true.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they will get to play it online for free. You know what I mean? And they will get to play it online for free.
Yeah, that's the part that
you know what I could see.
Out of me. It's like even when it was willing to, the fact that they wanted to put the Xbox Live on the Switch, the Switch place is going to get it for free. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't see that there's a problem with this? Y'all motherfuckers still defending this bullshit. Like they willing to put their fucking service on every platform, and those people get it for free. But y'all motherfuckers still sitting there looking across the street like, look what Sony's doing. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is real fucking bots. Like,
look, man, I don't want to be messy because it's my birthday or whatever, but I gotta say this part.
Fucking my birthday.
Look, I am not a K Mega, right?
Happy birthday.
I'm not a K Mega. I don't buy the Xbox games just even though I have Game Pass, right? That's a K Mega thing. You'll buy the limited edition of Crackdown even though he had
Deluxe edition,
right?
Deluxe edition.
So I
the most expensive version.
Want to pay for Xbox Live when it is free everywhere else. Think about that. It's one thing to charge for Xbox Live on free-to-play games. That's fucked up. It's fucked up, right? But it's another thing, completely different, if Xbox Live, the service I'm paying for, $60 a year, $40 a year, whatever, I can get on a discount, but it's literally free on the PC. It's free on a mobile, and it could be free on Switch and PlayStation if they allow it. The fact that I'm paying for it, and it feels like maybe I'm the one who's funding that bullshit practice, how do you feel as an Xbox fan? You got to think about it. Are you going to really stand up for that? Because does that do you any benefit? I'm not a K Mega. I don't want to just give Microsoft money just to give them money. That's not me. I don't get how any of us could be okay with that.
I see. There's something crazy like that. Microsoft needs to be careful moving forward. If they do this shit, that just leaves only PlayStation out there for people to buy. If Sony already have a bigger unit, you're gonna increase their unit. It's bad enough you're putting out shitty games. You putting a service out there that people really not gonna use because you don't have games to provide. People will buy the next PlayStation. Everybody's gonna jump on that shit. Nobody's really gonna fuck with the Xbox, even though the service is gonna be on PlayStation. Because they're gonna be like, Sony got all that.
You know what's great about that? Well, sorry, not what great's about that, but do you know what Microsoft thinks about that, Manhattan? They are smiling that no one's buying the Xbox, but they're buying the games on the PlayStation. That gives them an incentive.
Let me tell you something.
Look, we don't need a console on the market. Sony and Nintendo will do it for us.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I'm not even so sure it's not the companies don't even want it up there because you look at Sony. Sony does. I'll give you an example. Sony sells movies, right? Has their own service, but they allow other services to sell movies on their platform. Quite sure they're looking at this and saying, hey, bro, we got to get out the console. You can have this thing hit to the neck. You know what I mean? We just want out. Let us run Xbox Live. Let us this, that, and the other, and do a little shit behind the scenes. You get all our games, the Halos, and this, that, and the other. Microsoft don't give a fuck. Let me tell you something. I remember, I'm gonna pay the bill. Give me 1 second, good brother. When everybody was banging their fists and clapping their hands and tapping their feet, say, hey, Phil Spencer, he got promotion to vice president. Yeah, Phil, he's a great guy. And I was like, I don't know about that. No, look at where we at now. I said, I would hate this. Maybe it's not the content of my character, but maybe it's the color of my goddamn skin. I told you motherfuckers, like, this is not a good sign. Everything that I don't like about the Xbox, we can't keep blaming Donnie D, has come under goddamn Phil Spencer. Everything I don't like about this platform has come under him, under his regime. He's been the boss for 5 years. I know D on these guys like having these alternative timelines and see, what Donnie, I'm not saying Donnie was perfect. I'm not saying Donnie was a goddamn a church-going Christian with the church every Sunday and paid his tithes and he cheated on his wife. I'm not saying all that. But if you compare Phil's catalog of exclusives to Donnie D, listen. Under Phil, I'm gonna shut the hell up. We gotta pay the bills. I got Voodoo Vince. I got Voodoo Vince, Sea of Thieves. I got Phantom Dust with Original Asses, Lucky Tales. What else I get? Disney Rush, State of Decay 2, motherfucking Crackhead 3. Like I can't make this shit up here. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We can pay the bills right quick.
You need. I got it.
AP the Shooter. No, my man here, Glorious War.
Yeah, Glorious War. Steam is a competitor to Xbox with a 30% take. That's right, Steam takes 30%. Why don't they just put it on PlayStation with the same 30% take? And my thing is, they probably will do that for
certain. Talking about
Halo? Yeah. Like, Steam's gonna take about 30% of that shit. But
it's probably coming. I wouldn't doubt it.
But the thing is, like, I would expect games like Ori and the Blind Forest and their other games to be like State of Decay 2 or whatever would go that route, but they're going to hold on to Halo and Gears just because they want Sony to allow Game Pass. They really want to shove Game Pass into the competing platform. Until Sony allows that shit, I don't see Halo and Gears in particular going to PlayStation. But as soon as that's allowed, oh yeah, that shit's happening.
You know what's crazy about the whole thing though? If you look at the PC market, they're more excited about being able to pay full price for the game on Steam than purchasing Game Pass.
I told you, Steam people are different. They are different. They're Steam Master Race, not even PC Master Race, just Steam Master Race, and AP the Shooter with another 50 bits. This shit is like paying your taxes, and the roads don't even get fixed. Eventually, you're gonna spaz on the city. They fuckbots ain't spazzed yet. Sad. And that is sad. That we're not making a big deal, but that we're cool with this. That's just the way of the business. When are we gonna ask for the paywall to be taken down? Why are we paying for this shit if it's free elsewhere? Phil Spencer, take down this goddamn wall. All right.
Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Havoc for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. Shout out to Havoc. But think about this, and I asked this last time in the multiplayer podcast. I'm going to extend this out to Noah and Matt Han because I want to see their take on it. But, Google's about to enter the console ring. They're going to have a traditional console. That's my bet. And it's going to be pretty powerful, right? It's going to have third-party support and all, and they're going to work on a first-party lineup. Now, it's hard to go into the console market so late when even, Microsoft may be a joke, but they've been in here for about 20 years. Sony has this thing unlocked. Nintendo does their thing. But what if a way to penetrate this market, is to go in there and do something that's a megaton move. Make your online 100% free. That you do not have to pay for. I mean, while you're building up your lineup and stuff, think about that.
New York music.
And on top of that, if they can put Google Chrome on their fucking machine, because I'm not going to buy that shit.
Yeah, but you'll have access to it regardless. Nice. Yeah.
Having access to Google Chrome, your emails, a whole bunch of other shit. And on top of that, it's a gaming console, like, because that Assassin's Creed shit, when you play it on through the browser, that shit is fucking fire. They can manage to, like, let you stream and have physical games, no latency like they have right now. Bro, they're not...
Yeah, and that shit doesn't get worse, my hand. It only improves. It only improves. And think about this. This is Google's strategy right now. You don't have the console, right? It's going to be kind of hard to sell the console because consoles are hard to sell. But you have access to the game regardless. Go on your Google Chrome browser and try out a demo of a game. Go to your Chromecast you probably have in your living room, and I bet you they'll make it compatible with it. Or they'll sell a separate Chromecast that'll be like $20, and you can try out these games, try out the demos, maybe buy a game, experiment. Maybe they'll have their own Game Pass. Who knows how Google's going to play it, but they're going to give you access to it so you can try it out. And if you like the experience, maybe you'll buy their console and your online is going to be free and other benefits.
You know what's crazy about that shit? I see so many developers jumping on Google's side because if Google can put their games on that streaming shit and they playing off through Google's server with no latency, it's a wrap. Every developer wants that shit. They want some money. They're gonna want some cut of that shit. I would too if I'm a developer because, dude, that makes my job easier. Like, I don't have to have like a dedicated server. Google's taking care of that shit. Like, I'm telling people, a lot of like developers are gonna be like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, like, this is something we could definitely work with.
And that's an industry move with the free online and what Google's doing. Yeah. Google is doing what Microsoft wants to be already at, but they're beating them to the punch, and I guarantee that. And I got to answer a question here in the chat by Stokes. Speaking of the MCC, why is Halo Reach included with the PC version, but it's paid for DLC on the Xbox? Why is there not an uproar about this? And I'll explain why there is an uproar about this. And this is actually I think people misinterpreted that whole thing. You see, on the PC, you're gonna have to pay full price to get the MCC. It's gonna be at least $30, maybe even $60. But who knows? What actually is there a price out, Noah, for the MCC, or is it just pre-order?
There's not a price, but I would
wager at least 30, right? Probably that's a fair bargain. All right. The thing is, Halo Reach, yeah, it's included with your 30, but the PC version doesn't get the Master Chief Collection in its entirety off the bat. They're getting one game at a time. So your Halo Reach is your first game. That's the only thing you'll be able to play. So that's why they're paying either a bulk price or you play for Halo Reach separately. But either way, you're paying for Halo Reach regardless. So it's really no different. And also, Halo Reach is going to be included free to the current MCC owners on Xbox, the multiplayer side of things. So you'll be able to play Halo Reach multiplayer for free. You might have to pay like $10 to play the campaign and firefight, but no, you will be getting at least the multiplayer for free.
I think Microsoft gonna test the water with the $60 price tag first.
New York Music, thank you, brother. Thank you, New York Music, for the
because you have to realize ODST is in the MCC, right? And that's only $5 to buy separate.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's only $5, so they're not going to charge any more than maybe like 10. Maybe they're going to test the water with $15.
I mean, it should be free. It motherfucker should be in Game Pass for free.
Yeah, well, it is in Game Pass for free.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pay nothing, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna pay for it, but yeah, because it's in Game Pass, you'll get it regardless.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, here's the thing, but speaking of Google, and I know, like I said, they're gonna have their showing Monday. You're gonna be. I know you gotta work now for Monday.
No, I'm actually free.
All right, so we're gonna stream the show. We're gonna stream this, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna have their show Monday. Are you expecting something big from them, something huge for them, or you know what I mean, like or you don't have, or we'll play this. Would you buy the console? You was talking about buying the Switch today. Sounds about a fucking night. Would you buy the console?
I don't know. Maybe I'll buy the console. It depends. That showing, man. That showing is going to depend on a lot of things.
Yeah, listen. I mean, I don't know what far as developers they own, but like I said, I know they got deep pockets. You know what I mean, and I think they're going to money ahead a lot of shit. Like they did, somebody just inboxed me. Microsoft is done.
Oh shit!
Probably money had a lot of things like like Microsoft first day when they got into the console, business, whatever the case. Money had a lot of things. Rumored they partnered with Sega. You know what I mean? We saw the concept art, but with the extremely, sharing things between that console and YouTube and your Gmail. I'm excited. I mean, honestly. We need another console manufacturer. I don't like the way the Microsoft thing is looking. To be honest with you, know what I mean. And if I was pushed for I'll be honest with you, bro. I really don't have no faith in Microsoft at all whatsoever. Their games, their direction, you know what I mean. Only thing they're saving the grace about him because I already have an Xbox and a lot of the codes I might get for free, and you guys were there. But it wasn't for you, motherfuckers. That bitch wouldn't get cut on. Like I am totally disgusted with them. And listen, you talking about somebody that coined the term, the moniker bleed green. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Be the behemoth you are. All that shit came from me. Sony Pony and all that shit I made up this whole generation. When you lose a guy like me, you know what I mean, that's been there through thick and thin, that's a sad, sad sign. You know what I mean? And again, to me, Microsoft they don't care. You know what I mean? And I think that's a recipe for disaster. They're trying to, what's the saying? One bird in the hand beats two birds in the bush. They're so concerned about those 2 billion gamers across the street that they may or may not connect to that they totally forgot about us over here. You know what I mean? I think, again, that's just a recipe for disaster. Look at what Sony and what Nintendo does. You may not care for their games or whatever the case may be, the ecosystem, but at least they cater to their fans. It's crazy.
Z, but let's say, okay, right? We know Microsoft fucked up, or Xbox this generation. What if they could turn it around next generation?
I don't think. No, here's the thing. It's not so much turning it around. Bro, they want to, their thing is software as a services. That's their main thing. They don't care about the box and they want they shit everywhere.
Do y'all believe that Game Pass is going to be like what would you say? Where do you think Game Pass will wind up on the Switch and the PS4 or PS5? I don't see it happening.
I do.
Should I do?
I mean, now they launch it. It doesn't make any sense though. Listen,
maybe on the Switch.
I'm saying they're not gonna put it on the PS5 though. If they launch a new console, so that's not happening.
One thing about it, I agree with. Yeah,
Google,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I wonder if the Google console is going to run on Android or be compatible with Android software. To keep the compatibility.
More likely,
but if that's the case, that's an open platform. Microsoft will probably have Game Pass on that Google console.
No,
xCloud on that Google console quicker than anything.
Sparker, you need to stop thinking like a normal company, right? This is Microsoft. They are the most open ever. They don't give two fucks.
But then again,
and if they go with an open platform, I'm not sure Google could even stop it because you can't on Android. Google can't tell people they can't develop for Google because it's an open platform.
I was wondering what I was saying. What I'm saying though, I don't think Microsoft will have their Game Pass go on to the
why not? They told you they wanted to go on all devices. They said that multiple times. Like why
they didn't say on other. They never.
They say yes, they did. But where you been at?
Don't you be on Twitter and always post the links?
They're referring to like mobile though. If you look at it, we're talking about mobile though. I don't think
I got it in the article right here, Parker, that I will read here.
Dude, they want to put it on the Switch, and they even open to put it on the PlayStation and Sony.
Yep,
they going for every device. Man.
They want to reach the 1 to 2 billion gamer market.
That's on mobile. That's how you.
And I can bet you Phil Spencer is going to congratulate Google once they reveal this console.
Everybody.
But whatchamacallit, Havoc here with the 50 bits. The sad part is, Phil to the rest of Microsoft is probably doing well. Microsoft was shaky with the Xbox, calling for changes. And you want to know what, Havoc? That's the truth. Microsoft has been wanting to get rid of the Xbox console for a little while now just because, the R&D and all that is really expensive, right? It's not easy to have a console on the market, especially with the Xbox One, just, it's underperforming drastically. The original predictions are not even close to them, right? And here's the thing. The way Phil is doing this, he's getting rid of the console, but keeping the Xbox as a brand. That's why they're applauding him, promoting him and shit, because the Xbox brand is here to stay. It'll just become a big...
Y'all know why they promoted Phil? Because the difference between Phil and Donnie D is that Phil isn't doing any of this. This is Microsoft as a whole. Phil is a great puppet to put in the front, because he's a guy, he's always smiling and shit. That's not any. This is not Phil. This is just the top of Microsoft. This is how they want to roll in the future. Xbox has to tag along whether they like it or not. The difference is that Donnie D, when he's giving money, he kind of does what the fuck he wants, and they didn't like that shit. He did what he thought was best, and even when he fucked up, that was an excuse to get rid of him. But with Phil, he's not saying no. Phil is not. Listen, this is not Phil's idea. So get this out of people's fucking head. Like, oh, Phil, games with service. No, Microsoft was going to do that. I knew Microsoft wanted to do something like this a long time ago. This been talked about way before Phil came into the picture. Phil is just a perfect person sitting there just reading fucking lines. Like literally everything he says, it's already script. I'm dead ass. Like
yeah, that's probably true. But I could give Phil credit for he pioneered the way for them to leave a hardware business. Yes, he did.
He did not.
Because here's the thing. Who was it? Terry Marson, right? He was put there in charge to watch over Phil when Phil was doing the traditional model with the Xbox and shit. But it wasn't until Phil came up with a Play Anywhere, Game Pass, putting his games literally anywhere.
Dude, Play Anywhere was gonna happen.
That's when Terry Marson left.
Technology was moving. No, it was gonna happen. It was not Phil's idea. Listen, I'm telling you this. This is not Phil's idea. Play Anywhere it's bound to happen. It's how technology was moving. Like, I've been seeing that shit. It's something that I even talked about. I was doing IT. I'm like, they're gonna do shit like this. Like, it's easy to predict how this shit was going. Like, that's not Phil's idea. Like, he can take credit if he wants to. I mean, that's what they do. It's the same shit that the president do. But the president is just the guy that just takes credit for shit. But he doesn't come up with an idea. Like, I'm telling you, none of this shit is Phil's idea. Like, y'all don't have to believe me. Y'all don't have to believe me. If Phil leaves, the next person come, he will take credit for everything else too. It is what it is, but it's not really coming from Phil. At the end of the day, he's just gonna go with what the engineer and the guy sees, like for the future of Microsoft. But it's not Phil. It's really not Phil.
I guess he is like a yes man. I guess I can agree to that.
He's literally a yes man.
But he did lead Xbox into becoming a more open platform.
At the end of the day, he's a lead person. I mean, if the boat sinks, it's his fault. If the boat stays afloat, you know what I'm saying? He gets credit for it. He's the lead man. I mean, Who knows who came up with the whole games as a service thing?
Netflix actually is the reason why that happened.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about from a video game aspect, like, you know.
Yeah. When Netflix happened, the video game industry already seen it, so the idea already was there the moment Netflix became a thing.
Yeah, because they thought about it, like, wow, Netflix is putting all this expensive content on a $10 monthly charge, and it blew the fuck up. Imagine if we could do that with games. That was predicted a long time ago with different analysts. I mean, they've been saying, hey, a lot of these games just become service-based. You're going to pay a subscription, you can play these games, and that's happening right before our eyes. You got Game Pass there, you got PlayStation Now, who's been doing it beforehand, yeah.
I remember when Microsoft had put out their Microsoft phone with the Windows on that shit. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was their first test. That was literally the first test, and I was like, ah, shit. I knew that was literally the first test. The reason why they even made that Windows phone. It just wasn't really that good. But that was their first test with that Windows phone. Like, and they figured, okay, this can probably happen. That's when they started that shit.
I think Microsoft saw that their priority hardware, besides like maybe the Surface line, doesn't work. They've always been a software company, and they excel in that field.
Exactly.
So they'd rather control the gaming industry rather than be the leader of it. They'd rather be behind the scenes and hand people the trophy, like Z says, than rather do shit.
And that's their motto. As long as everybody in the world gets to, like, you know, have their product, that's all that matters. Fuck the games, right? You're gonna buy what games you like, but as long as you got some of our piece of our software, that's what we give a fuck about. Like, literally, like, that's like the biggest right now. As long as you have a piece of our software on your device, that's what that matters.
Well, I got a question, right? Shout out to somebody that sent me 50 bits anonymously. Shout out to you. I got a question, right? Emerald 14, what's up, baby? I got a question. If, what did I say? Next generation starts November of 2020, right? I don't know when Google's console's coming out. Let's say if they're all three. Google, Sony, and Microsoft launches their console next November. Who would you be picking up, and why?
I mean, it's simple. If you're all about games, I'm going straight to PlayStation, because they already showed me that I'm going to get games. That's all I give a fuck about, because I'm buying console to play games. So that's an easy choice for me.
I mean, whatever your friends is at, that's the console you're gonna pick up, really.
So you said we're gonna only pick one?
No, whatever.
But which one you're picking up first, basically?
It's like
I can make friends.
I'm getting the Xbox for the ecosystem, but I'd be damned if I didn't buy a PlayStation.
Slave! Oh, shit. Thank you, Phil, for bringing me Christianity. Slave!
Nah, but I'm just invested in the ecosystem. But I don't know. I think things can change, though. You know what I'm saying? Things can change. But as of right now, that's my stance on it.
You got you listen. You can't listen. Let me reword the question. You already got $500 to buy one console. You ain't got disposable income. You can get one.
Yeah.
I can only get one for the entire generation.
Yeah.
Entire generation? Oh, PlayStation. I thought you meant just
with the backward compatibility on
PlayStation. I'm upgrading my PC.
Bring all of these libraries.
Oh shit!
Like, fuck, why not? Like for $500.
It depends. Last 2 and all that.
See, now his question is then that crossplay is gonna come into effect though too. Now if it's crossplay,
yeah, exactly. If the crossplay comes into effect, the ecosystem doesn't matter as much because you can play with your friends regardless.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me pay the bill. Shout out to my brother SS9 Vegeta. He says, "Phil getting fired next gen, and who is THQ making all those games for? I think it's for Google." Yeah, you talking about Forest THQ. I thought, didn't someone pick them up, or what happened with
what happened was a THQ like went and formed THQ Nordic, and they've been buying up shit like left and right. They started the whole buying up shit actually. It was them out there buying shit.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother SS9 Vegeta. I appreciate it, good brother. I'm going straight to the liquor store with that donation. That $10. Think $10. I'm going straight to the liquor store. Give me some 2020 Mad Dog. Get that 2020 Mad Dog. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know, if again, you got $500 and to buy one console, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, still, like I said, I prefer. I like the Xbox ecosystem because I've been here for so long, right? And I'm guilty of this myself. But if I only got $500, I understand to say that I don't trust Microsoft for my last $500. You know? And I thought I would never say nothing like that, bro. You can say walking simulators, this, that, and the other. Fuck all that, right? I would never. I don't trust Microsoft with my $500 investment. I don't. You know what I mean? Plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, like, think about this, Z. You're a bit older than me, so you had the Dreamcast, right? Or
yes,
did
sir.
you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You had the Dreamcast.
Yes.
So how did that feel when Sega said we're done with the console?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't feel as bad, nor did I notice it, because I was at that time I think I was more of a PlayStation guy. You understand what I'm saying? So when when the Dreamcast came out a year before the PlayStation 2. So that was I think at the time, to be honest with you, the Dreamcast, I believe, was 128 bits. Like, oh my god, the graphics had Soul Calibur, this, that, and the other, right? But then we used to go by bits. You had 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit, and the Dreamcast again it was 128-bit. So I'm like, oh my god, we had basically what you had in arcades at those times. You had it in your house. If you don't know, I'm gonna take you back a little bit. Be quiet back there. The arcade had more or less the PC version of the games, or the Street Fighters, or the Mortal Kombat. But now we got a one-on-one. Basically, what was in the arcade, we had in our homes, right?
On the Dreamcast, yep.
Yep. So I was excited. Then ho, be quiet. So I got the the PlayStation 2 came out. Now then they got out the business, and I just had Nintendo. Because even at that time, I was still, I got the Nintendo 64. Because I had the Wave Race and I got a few games. I was still leaning more towards Sega, but like I said, to me, even then, I was more of a PlayStation guy because I remember this clear as day when the Sega Saturn came out, and I've always been into games, but I wasn't following no E3s and stuff like that. I just happened to walk into the mall to go buy me something to get fresh. I'm a street nigga to get fresh or whatever the case. I walked by. It was called EBX Games back then, Electronic Boutique, whatever it was called, and I didn't even know Sony was making a console. PlayStation and Sega Saturn. I bought the PlayStation first. Bought that Destruction Derby, Low Running Twisted Metal. I had the Mortal Kombat, the WWE game that they had. I spent like $1,000 in that goddamn store that day. You know what I mean?
SmackDown.
It was called SmackDown. You bought whoopsie. You bring out the hammer. Whoopsie. I had the Low Runner. I had all that shit, right? I bought every game that they had. Even though I went back the following week and got the Sega Saturn too. They think like, are you back again? I bought the Daytona USA, the Virtua Fighter, the Virtua Cop. I bought all that shit they had in there. Spent like another rack in that bitch, right? Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, I just kind of still, even then, leaned more towards the PlayStation. So when they got out of the thing, it didn't really hit me as hard because when they got out, boom, you had PlayStation. Then the Xbox came in a year after that. So I didn't really feel the brunt of it. You know what I mean? I didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's not a fair question because those were traditional consoles. We didn't have backwards compatibility being a huge factor and stuff like that, and building an ecosystem. But you have to think about it right now. The Xbox One is the start of the Microsoft ecosystem.
PlayStation 1 game.
But those games are different, right? Those games are different. They're not games as a service. They're not games you play for a long time. They're just single-player games you're done with, right? Mm-hmm. Now you have Overwatches. Now you have Rainbow Six Sieges. These games live on for 5+ years, 8 years. Who knows? GTA is still relevant probably near 10 years later, right? It's going to be relevant, right? Because it's a game as a service.
Dreamcast was actually before its time, though. If Dreamcast had the online play, but it was
Sega Saturn had it. The Sega Saturn had it.
Even if the games had an online mode, they're not like a game's like a service, though. They're not even close to what we have today. So think about it. All your progress from your Xbox, that might vanish. All your games might vanish, unless if you switch to the PC ecosystem, because that's what Microsoft is going to try to get you to do. Oh, we don't have an Xbox anymore, but you can just use the PC. Think about it as a console gamer. You have to switch to the PlayStation, right? If you were a diehard Xbox person, and you have to start a whole new regime, a whole new ecosystem. You have to start from scratch. Yeah. Where your Xbox shit is no longer going to carry over because the Division 2, your progress is going to carry over to the next Xbox, right? Yeah. But if you don't have an next Xbox after that, I guess it'll be the Division 3 by that point, you'd have to restart all over on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, and that, just take all me and let the dog out. I'm still here.
Yeah, exactly. So
you talking about like as far as like switching, like moving from.
Yeah, because like this ecosystem war is completely different from just
it's gonna be.
Yeah,
I think Shan alluded to that last week that it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
from one platform to the next, especially when you got so much invested in one platform.
Yeah, exactly. Because think about it. The investments you do now, they build up. You're going to have potentially up to $2,000 worth of investments within these next 2 generations, right?
Yeah,
all the games you have right now, you're probably roughly at $1,000. Next generation is going to be the same shit. And imagine that just vanishing. Unless if you go to the PC, all that shit you just spent your money on is virtually useless.
Unless we have cross progression.
And plus,
that's the only hope.
The key thing in all of this is like still be able to play with your friends. It's just with games and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't matter if I can play with my friends, Parker. If I don't have the cross progression, I don't want to restart over.
Yeah, I know. Nobody likes to start over. Like,
and even if that shit happened, I got cross progressions, whatever. I keep my saves. I have to rebuy all my games now.
Yeah, so that's even more. That's more.
Those purchases will never carry over.
Yeah, so that's the thing right there. So like, so Microsoft, they got a good opportunity to turn things around because, like I said, it can't get no worse than what happened this generation for them. So they know how they messed up.
Hey, Microsoft's going to turn things around. They're going to have great games. I have a lot of hope for these studios.
Games with service, like
most
people are just going to buy PlayStation. You don't see the whole point of this is that they're trying to diminish the whole hardware, right? I mean, it's bad enough you don't have games, but if you're not even having a hardware, bro, to compete.
Like, thing is, I don't believe this, right? I don't believe Microsoft's going to invest in hardware to bring it out and don't give their consumers no incentive to buy their new hardware.
But they're already almost doing that.
They're going to invest in the hardware.
Xbox on the PC right now.
Investing as much money in as they're going to do the software. So it's almost like they're going to put out some hardware, but it's not going to be like massive amount. Because if
all I'm saying is I don't disagree with them.
I think the hardware is going to be very powerful. Don't get me wrong there. But I think that's going to be about it.
It's less money going in. You're not going to make millions of like Xbox like Anaconda because that's going to be a lot of fucking money. It's going to be powerful because they're making less of it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I can see that.
Makes sense of it. Because it's going to be powerful. I mean, you know how much money Microsoft to shell out for millions of consoles with that much power and sell it for only $500?
That means and think about it. They can afford to make Xbox Live free if they get rid of that shit. Yeah.
What, like almost $1 trillion company?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Parker. They will continue to make great games. Like these studios, they're going to make great games. But the reason probably a lot of these people agreed to be bought out is because things are not going to change much. They're going to keep making multiplats. Maybe they're exclusive for now, but eventually that's just going to hit the PlayStation. Eventually it's going to hit the Nintendo system. And that's the reality of this. Microsoft was able to buy all these studios, buy all these employees, because eventually they'll get out of the hardware business.
Exactly.
Okay, now listen, if you say that, if they might get out the business, then that's when we'll see Game Pass on other platforms. But right now,
and that's what I said.
Dude, did you not say they already want to play on Switch? Like,
no, I don't like. Like, maybe
when Microsoft finally the hardware business, Game Pass will be on PlayStation.
Okay,
that's probably going to happen.
That probably happened like
and
that.
I think that's their biggest goal because they know they can't beat Sony when it comes to hardware. So
and they don't want to. They don't even want to bother trying.
No, okay, let's take right now. If you look at the 360 and the PS3, the PS3 had the Blu-ray, but you had to wait like 15 minutes or so for the game just to download off the disc. Whereas Microsoft, you put that double-layer DVD and you just load right off the disc.
Yeah, but now the Xbox One has forever installs too. But it doesn't matter. The console business to Microsoft doesn't seem worth it. They'd rather just make the software and make it available everywhere and rack in profit. Yeah. They would rather be a Netflix of gaming. And the thing about Netflix is it's available everywhere.
Exactly.
They say the 2 billion gamer market. They're not going to get 2 billion gamers, but they'd rather have a wider customer pool that they could pull from.
And remember, this is Microsoft mentality, right? We want to able to put in less money and more money.
And that's what business is all about.
And getting out of hardware business saves them money. And they notice that, look. Microsoft isn't making more money by doing less. niggas haven't been giving games this year, but somehow still making a lot of money. So what is that telling them? Do less and make more. That's the whole point of this. It's to do less and make more because they know they're still making more money. So why the fuck would they even want to invest more money if they're already making more than they actually investing? I mean, it's kind of
like the Xbox. Yeah, I know. Even Dell, Sony, as far as hardware, but they still make Xbox total makes pretty decent bank, you know. But maybe like 7 years from now or 10, they might be out the console business. Maybe I don't know. Maybe, and then that's when we'll see like put those games on other competing other platforms rather though.
Honestly,
not right now.
A lot of studios is gonna start doing it on subscription base anyway. Because the way I see it, if Google could perfect that shit, that's just gonna open the door for a lot of people like EA to just want to remove their games of a lot of like they might probably think about doing that, like do that whole Netflix shit too. Like,
oh yeah, because like in the future we would play games straight. I mean, like just have a TV and just get a like a controller or whatever with a USB dongle, you stick it in, you just playing the games through your TV, streaming
like
or whatever.
The Fire Stick, like that. I've been telling people that the Fire Stick, you might even able to use that to install the application and just log in and then start playing games because it's gonna be like that, like how you can have Netflix on a Fire Stick, just the application and you can just go and watch shit. Like, because if you can perfect that shit right now, that's just gonna open the door for a lot of that shit.
And to me, that's a lot of questions I think. Have to find out about that. Is it gonna be a traditional console? What games do it have for? What's the price point and all that? Will it have different SKUs and stuff? You know. So it's a lot of questions we got to see about that. I guess we'll find some out Monday.
Yeah. Well, man. Like I said, we will see. We will see. Did we cover everything? Did we? What Steam is an exclusive? We did. Xbox Live on PlayStation. Is something to be missing? Let me see.
We threw Mooch and Crap under the bus. No, I think we got everything.
Oh, yeah, they took their fuck asses under the bus. All right.
Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe the audience wants to know, but what's going on with D? You cool now? What's going on?
What's going on with D?
You guys cool now? What's going on?
I don't know if we're cool now, man. I'm tired of D assassinating my character. You know what I mean? Us blacks in America, D crazy, man. D off one, man. I don't know, man. I might forgive him. I might turn the other cheek, man. Like I said before, it's F2 Brute when it comes to him, though, man. He ain't got friend no foe. He better take it for Zaddy. He had to take it up for Zaddy. Let me see, N4J. What D sell these codes for? Did he make a D Steam account? I'm curious.
He actually play on PC?
D don't play no damn games, man.
Oh no! You saw his Origin account. He got an interesting picture on there. Turned like a businessman and shit.
D crazy, man.
Hey, maybe we should show that one. Hey, I laughed my ass off when I saw D's Origin fucking picture.
Yeah, did we see that? Did you guys see what's that shit? Shenmue 3's first gameplay reveal. They said they looking at Shenmue first gameplay preview.
I don't think that game's gonna end up being very good. Like, I think it's gonna be very low budget.
I think so. Yeah. I'm seeing right here. Let me read it right here. I'm looking at the.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I want every game to be good. Obviously, I'm not sure about that one. Though I don't think I would even be into that game because that game always looked boring to me. Like I never understood why people like Shenmue's.
It's like the Yakuza series, basically. I'm keeping it all the way funky.
Yeah, but so that's not gonna do much for me then.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I just honestly for it to be such an iconic franchise. This is one of the games that has a cult following that never really sold well. Actually, one of the games that was responsible for bankrupting Sega back in the day. And they've never really sold well. You know what I mean? Took so much.
Yeah, it was like, to me, I think it had like a revolutionary gameplay thing. They always talk night and day. But other than that, was the gameplay actually good, or am I just bugging?
It was maybe I want to say it was too maybe advanced for that time. There was a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have games. That was the first game of its kind for back then. You know what I mean? Double this and cut all this dialogue and go over here like it was like you know what I mean? It was like the first game to ever do it like that. And It didn't. I mean, it didn't sell well. It didn't. Yeah. You know what I mean? It didn't sell well.
You know what? I think we're wrapping up anyway. So Z, this is the question I wanted to ask you. Do you foresee, because you're someone who kind of lived through this, I guess, and I guess Noah and Mahan did too, and we know Parker did because he's old. But
Thanks.
Do you foresee Microsoft leaving the hardware business and Google taking their spot? Kind of like history repeating themselves with Sega left.
Yes.
How do you think that's going to play out then? Like, how do you think Google's going to enter this shit?
Money hat and shit. Paying for everything. You know, buying up exclusives. Yes, I absolutely do see this. Microsoft,
do you think they're going to be a punching bag? Like, what
actually,
I'm going to play out?
I'm gonna do a video on this. I'm gonna know more after we see what GDC, when we finally see what Google's intent. If they don't come up with an Ouya in this rumored quote unquote that this console supposed to be more powerful than the X or whatever the case may be, then I would take them serious. But yes, Google's coming in, Microsoft is getting out. Absolutely. That's my prediction.
And a glorious war with the 100 bits. Preliminary February 2019 NPD figures. So this is probably rumors. I could be wrong, but the Switch is the best-selling hardware of the month. No-brainer. The PS4 is right behind it, and then the Xbox One. The estimated sales for February are the Switch at 363K, the PS4 at 280K, and the Xbox One at 220K, which actually isn't too bad for the Xbox in all consideration. Strong opening to 2019 for Switch. Smash Bros. Pause continues to perform well at retail.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm making this bold prediction right now. I'm about to get my troll on. Start up a new console war. Google versus PlayStation and some shit. You know me. I'm good for spinning shit. Yeah, but Google and Sony about to jump the shit out of Microsoft, knock them out, and Phil, they gonna tuck they tail between their legs. They getting out of the business, man. They can't compete. Well, I won't say that they can't. They're unwilling to compete.
What about Apple? Will Apple ever jump in that?
Apple doing it.
Apple's gonna make their own Game Pass type service, but I don't think they're making.
Yeah. Man, Z is lost in the sauce. Listen. How you think I'm lost in the sauce? I'm keeping that bitch all the way $1, bro. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, man. They getting up out of there. Sony. This is one thing I like about Sony, and it plays into their advantage. Maybe close show with this is that Sony needs their hardware business. You know what I mean? This is the PlayStation. The brand, the business is profitable for them. That's all that they have. It's basically paying the bills. You know what I mean? It's doing better than their TVs, their cameras. This is what got Sony out of the negative, out of the junk status was the PlayStation for. You know what I mean? And kudos to them. You know, people talk about the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, PlayStation. I mean, to me, in my opinion, maybe some of you guys may disagree, but the PlayStation 4 was Sony's greatest console generation, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It was their greatest console generation. You know what I mean?
I think profitable wise it is because maybe
I'm talking about exclusive wise.
Exclusive wise,
no.
PS2 was tough.
PlayStation 2.
Don't at me. How? Get it to me. Because listen, all those games you're gonna name, they're multi-plats a day, right? They was exclusive back then.
Imagine having it as exclusive back then. That's tough to play.
But even that though, that Grand Theft Auto was not the Grand Theft Auto we have today. With the online it was huge back then, but now it's a fucking behemoth. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about from first party offerings. God of War,
yes, first party.
The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima.
If you just talking about first party, but overall,
absolutely.
PlayStation 1 and 2 had hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah, Devil May Cry on the PS2 was king.
Like Tomb Raider, Devil May Cry, like you said, all the
but from a Sony front and shit, like Sony making them games and all that. Yeah, you're right. The PlayStation is the best, and the PlayStation 4 is probably the most profitable when you think about it. Maybe the PS2 sold more consoles, but they didn't have services like PlayStation Network and all that Sony racks some money in.
Yeah.
So this console is probably the most profitable that I could imagine.
Yeah, like I said, they went out and did the damn thing, man. But ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you guys enjoyed the show today, you guys hit the share button. It really helps. Tweet it out on Twitter. It really helps the platform. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to my new subscribers to my channel. Shout out to everybody that we call them chairs. I'm so used to YouTube, you know what I mean, with Super Chat. But everybody, all you guys, Merwin, Havoc, you know what I mean, Storage Stoves, Glorious War, New York Clops. Shout out to my man New York Clops too. Shout out to everybody. If you just watched the show today, I appreciate the love and support. We'll be back here a little later on. We're going to probably do some Division or Mortal Kombat, the beta. You know what I mean? And we're going to have some fun with it. What's your boy, Next Gen 720? We out of here.